It's cold and grey outside, so this week I am going to hide in the greenhouse and do some repotting. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago how nothing seemed to be growing, and 2 weeks on, these tomatoes barely grown. They've been in this pot for a month or so. It's just nothing happening. So this morning I went out, I bought some new compost, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to repot things. Look at that, nothing on it.
Man versus Slug.
So lots of repotting. How am I on earth going to make this an interesting video for you? I mean, there's only so many times you can watch me do that. And shove it in a new pot. I mean, maybe if I dropped them, that would make it more interesting. But, repotting's not that fun. Not unless they're chilies and, the roots are really hot and you have to wear gloves, then it becomes more interesting. I mean, you could make it more fun maybe by leaving comments. I use instant noodle pots as pots. What's the most interesting thing that you've used as a pot for your vegetables? Look, another one. Exciting times. Wonder if this soil's any better. Well, we'll find out. That's enough of that. You don't want to see me do that again and again. That's the tomatoes potted up into these pots here, and now I'm thinking of doing something with these tomatoes. These ones are looking very yellow, very sorry for themselves. Haven't really grown at all since going into these pots, maybe a little bit, but let me have a look at the roots. You see they are pretty pot bound. I'm going to drop this, I know. There's the camera. Yeah, this is pretty much a spiral root around the bottom. So I'm thinking the best thing for these, rather than potting them up again, is just to whack them in the ground here in the greenhouse. Does mean I lose a little bit of shelving space, but hopefully these ones will then thrive and we'll get some tomatoes later in the summer. I'm going to put those tomatoes in the ground. I've got to clear this lot off so that I can fold the shelf down. I've got limited space on the other shelf. These are the chilies of my son. Oh, they're nicely flowering, aren't they? Excuse the drilling noises. He's brought them out into the greenhouse. Outside, the leaves started going a bit brown, just because of rain or something. You know about chilies? Do let me know in the comments why do chili leaves go brown like that. And but the chilies are in huge pots, so they take up a lot of space. Curious about drilling noises? Why don't I show you that? This is a support being built for the raspberries. We did contemplate using the nail gun, but I think this is a safer approach. Maybe. Back to clearing some space. Oh, that's a big chili plant. That's the super hot. Now I've got this cleared, I can show you what I think is the best feature of my greenhouse. The shelves just fold away. And now we can plant in soil down here. I'll show you. So we'll be able to put the tomatoes in down here. Maybe just not in the pots. Got some videos from last year showing how I supported the tomatoes with string. I think I've got a short somewhere. I shall try and do the magic link thing for you if you like. But we're going to do something slightly different this year. In the short, I had already popped the tomatoes in the ground, so I used a peg to hold the string down. But what we should be able to do, dig a hole for that tomato, to get the string, stick it down there in the hole. Oops, that just destroyed half the root. And then we plant the tomato on top of the string, like that. Then when the tomato starts growing, we'll run that string up to the roof and wind it around the tomato to support it. Well, I've had to come out the greenhouse. Rather than putting the runner beans in bigger pots, I think they're going to have to take their chances in the ground. I'm hopeful that these runner beans will make it. You rather have to be, don't you? Because they've got their second set of leaves coming out, which means that they'll be growing a little bit taller, hopefully. And also it's meant to be dry tomorrow, so it will give them a whole day in which to grow. I'm potting up the pumpkins into larger pots, and this is a great example why I hate slugs so much. Look at this. It's been in the greenhouse, yeah? In the greenhouse, in a pot, on a shelf, and still we got a slug. Crazy. I guess that's the difference between slugs and snails, is that snails will, they hide under things, etc. But, they've got shells. They don't burrow underground, sneak up on the plant and eat it when it's least expecting it. A snail's got to get there. It's got to find shelter, etc. Slugs, man, I hate slugs.